Hey, Mr. Harrodum here. We're going to go over some chemical and physical properties here. And we were going to identify this whole data table as chemical or physical properties in a second here. So I'll get back to this data table in a second. On to page 9. Hopefully it's page 9 for you. If not, oh well. It's what it is. Okay, starting off. Physical properties. Describe the substance itself. Can be observed or measured without altering the chemical identity of the substance. No chemical reactions are changed. It is necessary to view these properties. Physical properties can be broken down into two different categories. The infamous extensive properties. Okay? Extensive properties depend on the amount of substance present. Okay? Not used to identify substances. You do know what a substance is, right? Of course, elements and compounds. Of course you know what a substance is. Okay? And then there are intensive physical properties. They do not depend on the amount present. They are used to identify substances. Okay? Okay, and then we'll do these examples in a second here. And then we have chemical properties. Describe the substance and its ability to undergo changes and transform it into different substances. Some sort of chemical reaction must be performed in order to observe these physical properties. Or those properties, not physical, just properties. These are based off of reactions. Okay. Okay, so back to this list here. Let me look at the list again on page whatever I was on. How am I going to show you the list? I don't know. I guess I'm just going to have to read it without you looking at it. Okay, hopefully. First one, average kinetic energy. Okay, is that physical or chemical? Okay, average kinetic energy is a physical property. Okay, so next we have to do extensive or intensive. Can we identify a substance based off of its temperature? Because average kinetic energy and temperature are the same thing. So if I tell you something is 100 degrees, can you tell me what it is? Or what it can possibly be? No, so this is average kinetic energy goes here. Why am I writing in blue there? Okay, area. Area is a physical property. No reactions are there. Does it change depending on the amount present? You could have a little piece of paper or a big piece of paper. You have different areas. So, area goes here as well. Boiling point. Boiling is a physical change. Okay? So, this water always boils at 100 degrees. So that can be used to identify a substance. So boiling point goes here. Clarity. Something is clear. Can I possibly tell you what it is? Yes, it is. I can use that to identify. So clarity goes right here. Color. This is white, so it could be possibly paper. Okay. This paper is white. If I take this little piece of paper, right there, little piece of paper, guess what? It's still white. Did not change with the amount. Okay? Paper's still white. Okay. The ability to conduct electricity. Okay? That is a physical property. Conducting electricity does not have to do with chemical reactions. So the ability to conduct electricity goes here. Okay, the ability to conduct heat. That is also a physical property that can be intensive. Notice how many of these are intensive, just saying. Consistency. Guess what? That's intensive too. Intensive physical property. Consistency. Density. Another physical property. Intensive. Density of water is 1 at 4 degrees Celsius. Physical. Dissolves in water. Okay? Getting a little debate about dissolving in water, but for now we're going to say that's a chemical property. Not chemical property. That is an intensive, because I keep writing them under intensive physical properties. Dissolves in water is an intensive physical property. There are some people that will argue it is also chemical too, and it does both. Just saying. But that's just the only one that does both, just so you know. Okay? That's a physical and chemical property, depending on who you ask. Okay. Ductility, the ability to be molded into little pieces. That is a intensive physical property. Ability to explode. Oh no, we got the sea explosions. Oh, those are reactions there. Ability to explode. There we go. That goes under chemical right here. Explosions are chemical reactions. Okay, flammability. Flammability is another chemical reaction here, so that goes down here. Something being able to burn is chemical. So that is flammability right there. Hardness. Okay, now we're back to the physical intensive properties. Hardness is intensive. Luster. Oh, I forgot one. Length. Okay, length. Okay, that is one of those few that changes on the amount. Because this piece of paper and this piece of paper have different lengths. Correct? So that's extensive. Okay, back to the intensive ones. Here we go. Luster, intensive. Malleability, that's the ability to hammer into a sheet. Intensive. Mass. Okay, mass depends on the amount, so that goes up here. Mass. Okay. Melting point goes here. It's intensive. Odor. Odor is associated. Let's see where I have that listed. Oh, that's intensive as well. Okay, now we get to the ability to react here. So these are the ability to react ones here. Those are chemical properties. Ability to react with acid, base, or water. Ability to rust. Rusting is a chemical reaction. It's corrosion of metals. Ability to tarnish. That is another reaction. It's just rusting that's not permanent. Like silver tarnishes. That is chemical. Okay, viscosity. Viscosity is how easily it pours. Used to study that. That goes under intensive. And then volume, that is extensive. So what I remember is area, length, mass, and volume. Those are extensive physical properties. Those are the ones that are going to ask you about. Everything else is intensive. Okay. Going down to example 139. Okay. Consider the following properties. Sodium is a soft metal. Soft. Okay. Which are physical properties? Soft is a physical property, so that's going to be 1. Colored metal. Color is a physical property. 2. Density. Density is a physical property. 3. 2 grams. Mass is a physical property because it describes the substance itself. So that is physical. It burns with a yellow flame. Oh, that's burning. Oh, that's chemical. That goes down here. That's 5. It reacts vigorously. Oh, reacts vigorously with coloring. Ooh, good fun stuff. Ooh, good stuff. 6. That goes there because that's chemical. Melts. Okay, melting is a physical process. So when you melt butter, for instance, guess what you still have? Butter. Didn't change. That is physical property. 7 goes there. And boils at 888.3 degrees. Boiling is a physical property as well. Okay. what are the extensive physical properties? So we go back through these here. So soft, is that extensive? Does that change depending on the amount? No, so that is intensive. Color does not change on the amount. 2. Density does not change with the amount. If you cut a piece of wood in half, it still has the same ratio of mass to volume. Density is intensive. 3. Okay. 2-gram sample. Oh, that's the one that's extensive. That's mass. Because you got to watch out for mass, volume, and length. 4. Burns with a... Okay, that's chemical. Not chemical. Melts. Okay, that is an intensive property. And finally, boils at 883 degrees Celsius. That is an intensive property. There you go. Easily done. Okay, guys are champions. The legend is out. Hopefully I said that in my other 2 videos I made today.